Thank you again for supporting me, subscribing, liking the videos. This is a new one. I'm going to go over some Kimura traps from various positions. Jason's going to help me. First one we'll go over would be the Kimura versus single leg. And then the next one would be from close guard, Kimura. From a back take, Kimura to armbar. And then the last one we're going to do bottom side control, Kimura. All right, so Jason, you can take me on a single leg. Okay, this one here, he's got my single leg. What I'm going to do is reach for his wrist here. And I'm going to come over his arm and connect my Kimura. Okay, so I have my own wrist, I have his wrist. I'm going to step towards him and sit on my butt and flip him over. Okay, so I'm going to step forward, sit, flip him over, and I have my Kimura grip right here. Okay. As you can see, now I can just kick my leg free and keep this Kimura. Okay. Several things I can do. I can hold the Kimura, push it towards his belly, sit up, and then take that submission, taking it up and over. Another option I could do is hold the Kimura, let Jason sit up and turn towards me, slide under, and take his back. Or just close it here, because again, there's several things I can do, depending if he turns away or turns into me, several things I can do. A really easy option would be shifting, throw my leg over, and then armbar. But main thing is we reverse the takedown and then we have a sweep to top side. Kimura submission, whatever it may be, but at least I have the takedown. Because he's actually almost taking me down single. You see that scenario? Okay, so again, we're here, single leg. Okay, one important detail, if you guys try this at home, is make sure your partner's head is on the inside, because if his head's on the outside, you're going to spike his head to the mat, which is not safe. Keep his head inside, push it down, reach over, take your Kimura grip, lock it in. Step in and sit, kick him over, and this Kimura grip, I'm going to hold it and kick my leg free and pull this Kimura. There. Now with his arm, again, maybe he's trying to still hang on here with this arm on my leg. I can switch this to over the top and then turn it into a crucifix. And then we can go ahead, arm lock, back take, and we have chokes. Again, on that sequence there's a lot you can do with that Kimura. So Jason, maybe you might have felt that for the first time. How was that counter to the single leg?
That was locked up, pretty much.
Yeah. It's a pretty deadly technique because you're stuck. If you're holding on to my leg and I throw on that Kimura, you're locking yourself in, which you can tell is not a good place to be once we sweep you.
Yeah.
So be careful if you guys try it. Make sure your partner's head is inside of your stomach and not outside. You don't want to spike his head on the floor. But I'm not advising you to try it. I say if you do. Okay, let's do one from close guard. So Jason puts me close guard. This one is a sneaky one, but you also got to be careful because you're sacrificing your back. Okay, so the way I like to do this is I like to get the control of the hand first by pinning it. Now he's obviously going to try to get that arm free or try to mess with me with the other hand, but more than likely he doesn't know I'm going to set him up for it anymore. You're gonna try to get that arm free. We're gonna stand up, immediately come over his shoulder, and connect my kimura. Okay? Once I have my kimura down, I'm gonna turn my hip and start wiggling myself out of the closed guard. And I have his kimura here. Again, he's stuck. Try to turn, Jason. Yep. He knows that kimura is coming, and he's locked in this kimura. You can do the same stuff we did earlier. Back take, arm bar. I like to go immediately to here. He's gonna grab my leg and then take him to crucifix. Again, because I have his shoulder locked in, and then this arm is in jeopardy because he's in a crucifix. So this one here is fun to play with, but again, if Jason knows what I'm trying to do, he could take my back, obviously, because I'm giving you my back, right? But the way I set it up, I like to pin the arm first and dive over the shoulder. Even if you try to take my back, I'm gonna be one step ahead, getting that kimura. Pin, get up, dive, get that kimura, try to take my back. Pin that kimura, and then get that submission. So again, Jason, thinking about that defensively, it's surprising, but pretty too late, right?
Yeah.
Once I get that kimura. So that kimura pass works sometimes. It's just a fun thing to do. If you do it correctly, you're not going to take your back. Again, I have to emphasize, these techniques, it really depends on if your opponent knows what you're doing. You don't want them to predict what you're doing. So you got to be a little bit tricky and misguide them. Right? But all in all, you need that control. And once you lock in that kimura, you should be good to go because he's vulnerable for a submission. This right here is scary. Once I get locked in a kimura, I don't want my arm going behind me. That's a submission. So once you lock in a kimura, he's on the defense. That's the beauty of doing kimuras. Okay, let's do another one. I got the back take. Okay, again, I like to double up with this kimura grip when I have the back here. Because it's more control than this kimura seatbelt control. And most people want to take this arm up and over the head so he doesn't get choked. And this keeps a very good lock on his shoulder and control with this kimura. Jason, try free that arm. He's locked in, okay? So now I just shift my leg across his hip. I'm gonna throw my right leg over his head. And as I push down, I'm gonna break this grip. Even if he's holding his hand, doesn't matter. I'm gonna break the grip by pushing his head and swiping that hand free. Now I can go ahead and armbar. So again, with this back take, this is just a preference of mine. I like to fall on the weak side, which is my left hip, with the kimura seatbelt control like this. One, kimura control. I fall on my left, peels that arm over, put my leg across his hip. I keep this kimura tight because I'm going to throw my right leg over his head and break this grip. Once I get this over and I push his head, I'm going to break the grip right to the armbar. So that one, again, I would say most people would be more concerned about getting choked. Okay, someone's on my back. Again, Jason knows 99% they're going to choke you. Right? So you always protect your neck, which is the right thing to do. But with that kimura, when you take that arm over, you're setting yourself up for an armbar. It's a really, to me, an easy armbar because you're locked in with the kimura. So, how's that one, Jason?
I like it.
So again, just different options from the back instead of trying to choke people, because everyone's gonna block their hand, they're gonna protect their collar and their neck. And just, again, that's the right thing to do. But having that Kimura grip just opens up more options. Okay, I got one more to show, my last one. But before I get to the last one, guys, again, I want to say thank you to my sponsor, MINT, the best rash guard on the market right now. They mainly use natural fibers, cotton, and they don't do any itchy plastic synthetics. Okay, it's all natural, all safe fibers. They make it from scratch. Check them out, MINT. Really good rash guards. So we're gonna do from bottom side control. So when I have bottom side control, I like to frame. It's really easy for me to escape with these frames in here, right? So basic, shrimp, boom, get my guard back. Always keep my frames in. Dirty pass, boom. It's hard for him to get me stuck or pinned because I have this frame here. So from here, he normally wants to grab my neck or under my head or cross face me with this hand. So I'm gonna track this arm. So try to grab my neck. I track this arm and I'm gonna grab the wrist and get a Kimura. If his hands is already past his hip, I can then lock him in and do a submission because his arm is past his hip. Okay, but more likely, when he feels this coming, he's gonna grab his hip. So now, I cannot submit him because I can't get that arm above his back to do that submission there. So I'm gonna lock in the Kimura. And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna shrimp out. I'm gonna spin on my shoulder, 180, right around to the opposite side. Okay, so watch. My legs are gonna pendulum. Swing it around, take him down, up and over, have that finish there. Okay. So what happened with Jason, and you can kind of explain that the momentum makes you fall over, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to stay balanced. That's the trick with this move is when I get my Kimura and he's grabbing his hip, I'm gonna use my momentum when I roll on my shoulder as a shrimp. He's gonna be unstable, but his main focus is holding that hip, hold that hip, so you're gonna get submitted. And from here, grab my collar, switch to the wrist, and the armbar. There's all kinds of things that can happen because again, Jason can tell you, he's worried about that Kimura, so you're gonna hold on to not get submitted. And that's what I focus on, is this grip 1, 2, and I wanna push it to threaten him so he grabs it tighter. Now it's a leverage point for me to then spin around, use his momentum to take him over for that armbar. Now, scenario here, I get the Kimura, boom, he's stable, I spin. I can just do a back roll from here, because maybe he's too strong. I can just do a back roll, up, over, take his back, switch it to a crucifix, boom, 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 over. Or one more we can do. Last one. Kimura. You spin and take him over. Take him over. I throw my leg immediately over his head. Grab my ankle, and I lock him in. Come over here, Tyler. From this view. Lock him into a back triangle here. So from here, what we got? We have choke, we
We have the arm bar. We have this way. We have that way. Our wrist lock. And then the favorite one here, we have the shaka with the wrist lock. Thank you.